What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Vlogmas Day 6. I've realized that I've not shared hair related content in like 2 to 3 weeks, so I thought maybe I can do a video about it. And I wanted to share my progress, like how I was twisting my hair the other day and it really surprised me. And also I did a length check from the back. Yeah, so it surprised me. I was like, wow, my hair has really grown. And I thought maybe I can share with you what I've done since my big chop that has helped my me retain length. And if you're looking for a magic product or a miracle working product or a product that will grow your hair in weeks or overnight, then sorry, I don't want to waste your time, please. Yeah, just this is not the video for you, because I don't believe in magic or miracle or whatever hair growth products that are sold in the market or people are making in their kitchen. I really don't believe in all that. I believe in a consistent hair care routine. So in this video, I'll be first of all give you a small background, a brief background of my hair, like how old it is, blah 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 blah, for those who haven't been following me for long, that is those who are new here. And then I'll give you my hair care routine, and at the end I'll give you a little piece of advice. So we start with a brief background of my hair. So at the start of the pandemic last year in March, I was kind of stressed and frustrated, and not because of the pandemic. I had my own issues, and I took that frustration out on the hair. Like, I felt like I needed a new beginning. So I woke up one day, took scissors and chopped my hair. I started with that tapered cut. That was in mid-March. Then after like a month, I wasn't satisfied. I cut it off and leveled everything, and my followers were a bit disappointed in me. Yeah, I felt bad a little bit, because I didn't know, like I had kind of influence, even if it's for a few people. So that kind of pressured me to start growing the hair again, though that wasn't the initial plan. I wanted to enjoy short hair for a couple of months, maybe the whole summer, and then start breeding towards the end of the year. So I started braiding my hair immediately. Like, I braided my hair the first time before it was even like 2 inches long. I remember it was a struggle to twist it, and sometimes I would twist. I was using extensions. I would twist, and when I'm almost getting to the end, the twist would come out. Yeah, if I were to go back to that period, I wouldn't do that, and I don't advise you to do that. It's better to leave your hair to grow, to a length that it's breathable without so many issues. So for the remaining part of the year, I braided my hair a lot. I did 4 locks, blah blah blah. I have all the videos here on this channel. You can go check them out. And then come beginning of this year, I was like, I need to bond with my hair. I've been natural since August 2014. That's when I big chopped my relaxed hair. Then when I big chopped that time, I stayed for like 3 months without braiding. And then I didn't know much about natural hair. I didn't know about the natural hair movement. I was just tired of relaxed hair. And then from there I started braiding back to back, and my hair grew, I think, to this length. It's funny enough, when the hair gets to this length, that's when I get tempted to chop it or to do other things. I hope that will not be the case this time round. So I after like, let's say around almost 2 years, that is in 2016 around May, I installed natural locks. I stayed with them for like a month, got bored, washed them out, but I lost a bit of hair because I had blow dried my hair a lot. Like, I had used a lot of heat. early 2016. So when they were installing the locks, they cut big chunks of the hair. So that was in 2016. Then after that, I started that's when I came to learn about the natural hair community. I would see a lot of there was a lot of information and it was a bit overwhelming. I remember because that's the same year when I came to Europe, to Netherlands. One of my suitcases, because we were allowed 46 kgs, one of my suitcases was full of hair products, some of them which expired, some that I was using wrongly, and so they were causing more damage on my hair than good. So and then when I came to Holland, I rarely used to braid my hair. It was mostly in a puff. I think 90% of the time my hair was in a puff. Then 2018 July, I got bored again, chopped it off and began afresh again. I did that in 2018 July. So July to December I didn't braid my hair, was doing just wash and goes. Then I braided my hair the first time in December 2018. So 2019 it was again braiding back to back until 2020 March now, when I big chopped. So yeah, 2021 I decided I needed to bond with my hair more. The reason why I used to braid my hair a lot, like using when I say braid, I mean using extensions. The reason why I used to use extensions a lot is because I thought my hair is too thin, like it's not dense enough that I would style it without extensions, apart from when I did afros or wash and goes. The rest of the time, even if I did a bun, I would tie something else, an extension, for it to look fuller. So in 2021 I was like, I need to bond with my hair more. I want to see what my hair can do. So I stopped using extensions. I think I used extensions twice. The first time it was a request by a subscriber, so to do the passion twist, which I did, and they lasted a month. The second time is when I was traveling back home and I did twist that I didn't keep for more than 2 weeks. So the rest of the time I was styling my hair, whether holding it when it got longer enough, holding it in it wasn't long enough for a bun, but I could just hold it up here and then lay the sides with gel, or I could do mini twists. Sometimes I could do just chunking braids, or what we call matutasi in Kenya, because I was working from home most of the time. Yeah, and then I started washing my hair every week, once a week, and sometimes every 2 weeks, but mostly it was once a week. Then the other thing that I did this year was incorporate Ayurveda. Before the big chop in 2020, the only Ayurveda I was using was henna, which I wasn't that consistent with. Like I would use it once in a while, yeah. So this I was like, I need to be more I need to use henna more, because I knew my hair loved henna. And then I also incorporated fenugreek because it was hyped a lot. So towards late 2020 I was using fenugreek in my moisturizer, where I would soak fenugreek seeds in water, then add some glycerin in that water and use it to moisturize my hair, and that was working perfectly. So this year I decided to try fenugreek as a deep conditioner. So I blend fenugreek, then I would add some other DIY stuff like bananas, blah blah blah, to make it more moisturizing and use it on my hair. Then after I realized that my hair really loved fenugreek, I started adding amla. I tried bentonite clay washes that my hair loved a lot. I did shikakai washes, my hair loved that too. That is using, like when I used clay I wouldn't use shampoo, or when I use shikakai I don't use the shampoo. I use those as my cleansers. So my hair really loved that. Then I reduced, because I was washing my hair more frequently now, I reduced use of combs. Like I started combing my hair like once a month. So on like other days, that is weekly basis, when I wash the hair, I'll just finger detangle. That also helped because I'm reducing manipulation. And I would moisturize my hair once a week. So let's say if I wash it on Saturday or Sunday, I moisturize it on Wednesday, and then from there it's just the wash day. And yeah, mostly last year I was using DIY deep conditioners, very less of store-bought deep conditioners. I had a shampoo, and I don't like spending too much money on hair products. After that time when I carried all 23 kgs of hair products, I decided I'm not wasting my money on hair care products. So I normally don't buy expensive products. There are times when I used to buy the Mikala, for those in Kenya, I would buy the Mikala leave-in, and that would last me for so long. There's a time that I brought with me products from Saru Organics. I got a detangler, leave-in conditioner, and their deep conditioner. Then once I ran out, I would just buy some from the supermarket. Some are products meant for white people, but I really don't care. Or I could buy from Amazon. Yeah, but I don't like spending, like I can't buy a product that is more than 10 euros. No, that ain't happening. I go for like 5 euros. Yeah, like a single product for 10 euros. Why? Or I see some that's 90 euros. No, I don't do that. So I like adding honey to my deep conditioners. It's just something that I'm used to, so I just add some honey and some glycerin, even if it's store-bought. So when I was doing fenugreek, I hope this is not like all over the place. When I was using fenugreek as my deep conditioner, I wasn't doing protein treatment because fenugreek is a mild strengthener, and I was using it frequently, like on every wash day. So I didn't see the need to use a protein treatment. And also I was using henna like once a month or once every 6 weeks. So it's like I replaced all the store-bought products for the deep conditioning stage with Ayurveda. I did all that until June when I went to Kenya. When I'm in Kenya, I do the minimum when it comes to the hair. Sometimes I can even sleep without a satin bonnet. I don't know why I relax that much when I'm in Kenya. So I stayed in Kenya in June, July. So then it meant sometimes I wash, I don't deep condition, and just apply the leave-in conditioner and gel, and I'm out. Yeah, I'm not proud of that. If you do that frequently, then your hair will start breaking, because if you're shampooing and then not deep conditioning, it means you're not restoring the moisture that was stripped away by the shampoo back into the hair. So I really recommend not skipping the deep conditioning stage. So June, July, yeah. Then August, I came and got back into Ayurveda, and this time around I had bought other powders, like I had bought what is it called? Not Amla, Neem. I had bought Neem because I had read that it's good for the scalp, and I had gotten some dandruffs from my sister. So I bought Neem, I bought aloe vera. I think, yeah, those are the only two that I added to what I already had. But then towards the end of August, that's when I realized that I was pregnant, so I had to stay away from Ayurveda. I know some of those herbs maybe are safe during pregnancy, but I didn't really have time to go research which one are safe and which are not, and also I didn't want to risk, so I just decided to stay away from all of them. So since then, I use now store-bought products. I shared my complete current wash day routine in a video that I'll leave a link up here so that you can go check it. If you're interested. So in summary, my routine for this year was wash or cleanse once a week, deep condition on every wash day, and I was using Ayurveda. Like I have like 2 or 3 of my recipes using fenugreek. You can go check them. I'll leave link here. Then moisturize with a leave-in conditioner. Which leave-in have I used this year? I can't remember the exact ones, but at the moment I'm using one from African Pride that I think I actually ran out of, so I need to buy some more. And then seal either with an oil. I use olive oil. I only use one oil. I use olive oil or my whipped Ayurveda infused butter. Again, if you're interested, I'll leave a link up here. So that's what I do. And then for styling, my go-to styles are mini twists, like the ones I have at the moment. Mini twists, when my hair was shorter, I would just leave them hanging, but now since it's longer, I just like holding it into a bun. I do mini braids, but I don't do mini braids often for 2 reasons. They take longer to install, because when I'm doing mini braids, I have to section the hair neatly, and like mini twists where I do the sections randomly, and sometimes I don't even use a comb. Number 2, they take also longer to uninstall, so I don't do them as often as I do mini twists. And sometimes if I'm lazy, or if I'm lazy, or if I don't have enough time to do mini twist or mini braids, I just put the hair into my tutor's chunky braids, like 6 of them, or twists. And then since I work from home most of the time, I'll just stay with them like that until the next wash day. And if I need to go out, I just put on a head wrap. So yeah, that has been my routine so far, and that has really helped me minimize breakage completely. Not completely, but let's say minimize breakage and retain as much length as possible. And that was my goal for this year: retain as much length as possible. My growth rate is 0.5 inches a month, half an inch a month, which means in 20 months now, if I had no breakage, I would have 10 inches. But now remember, there is trimming. I like trimming my ends too. Dusting, you know, I would rather dust often than have to cut several inches at once. So if you remove the dusting and whatever breakage you get, it's okay for me to have retained like 8 inches. My hair right now is like 8 inches long. It's okay to retain 8 inches in 20 months. The remaining the 2 inches is whatever is lost through breakage and from trimming. So I'm really satisfied with that, and I'm looking forward to see how far my hair gets in the coming year. I'm a little bit afraid of postpartum shedding, but I don't want to think about it a lot. When I get time, I'll start researching more about, you know, the shedding and how I can minimize it if there is a way, and such things. So that when I start researching, I'll share with you guys, if yeah, just in case anyone will be interested. So that's my routine so far. And now when it comes to my piece of advice for you, if you want to grow your hair or if you want to retain length: 1, stop copy pasting people's routine. Like sometimes you admire someone's hair and the first thing you ask is, what products do you use? And then you go buy them all, but you don't even know how to use them right. And when you don't get the same results as them, you get disappointed. For instance, when I told you like in 2016 I had so many products, I would keep my deep conditioners on my hair overnight, sometimes thinking that they'll do a better job. I remember one time I left a protein deep conditioner, like the hair mayonnaise, on my hair overnight, and the next day when I was combing, my hair was falling, because that's too much for a protein treatment. Again, even if it was a moisture treatment, leaving it overnight often will lead to what is called hydrofatigue. So read things. You need to know how to use the products and read the instructions on the products and use them right. So stop asking people what products they use, because it's not really about the products. It's about building a consistent hair care routine. So a hair care routine should consist of a cleanser. You cleanse, you deep condition to with a moisturizing deep conditioner to restore the moisture back into your hair, because the shampoo strips your hair of all the good oils and what have you. So you need to restore the moisture with a moisturizing deep conditioner. You moisturize with a leave-in conditioner, and then you seal with a oil or a butter. Some people do the LOC method, other people do the LCO. For me, counting my leave-in as my liquid, I would say I do LO. But on wash day, I like using a creamy leave-in. So you can call my leave-in a cream, and then we can say that I use the LCO method, however you want to call it. So you can try both and see which one works for you. Mostly it depends on one's porosity. I've seen those with high porosity, they like using the LOC method. No, LCO. No, LOC, sorry. I've seen that those with high porosity like using the LOC method, and for low porosity, I've seen most people use the LCO method. But for me, I would advise, I would advise you to try both and see which one works for you, like which one helps your hair retain moisture longer. Then that is for wash day. You need to be moisturizing your hair, and how often you moisturize your hair depends on your hair porosity. So before we go to okay, so how do you know your hair porosity? There is what they call the glass test, where you fill a glass of water, then take some strands of your hair and put them in there, and then they say if it sinks, it doesn't take too long to sink to the bottom, it means it's high porosity, because it means the strands have absorbed the water, so they sink. If it floats somewhere in the middle, it means it's medium or normal porosity, and if it just floats, it's low porosity, because it means it's taking too much time to absorb water. That's why it's not sinking. But this method has been proven to be inaccurate, so some people still use it to date, because it depends whether your hair strands float or sink depends on several factors. One, the density of water, water, unless you're using distilled water, it will have impurities, so that will affect the results. Also, are you using clean hair or it has products? Yeah, those are two examples I can give. So a better way of determining your hair porosity is observing how long your hair takes to absorb moisture. Like, let's say for instance on wash day, when you pour water, or when you stand on that shower, how long does your hair take to get fully soaked? Because sometimes you put the water and then it just runs off, and your hair in the inside is left dry. So yeah, how long does your hair take to be fully soaked in water? Or how long does it take it to dry? For low porosity, it will take hours. It may take even up to 3 or more hours, sometimes even it can go even the whole day without being dry. But for high porosity, it dries so fast. So if your hair absorbs moisture so fast and dries so fast, your high porosity. If it takes too long to absorb moisture and takes too long to dry, you are low porosity. If it's somewhere in the middle, then it's medium porosity. That can really help you even in choosing the kind of products to use. For moisturizing, this video is getting really long, but I hope I'm sharing something useful. For moisturizing in between wash days, I use water and glycerin. Glycerin doesn't work for some people. I've seen a few high porosity people say it doesn't work for them, but most low porosity people say that it works for them. So in that case, you can try other things like aloe vera juice, or you can also, just use diluted leave-in conditioner. And the reason why I don't encourage using maybe your leave-in conditioner as a moisturizer in between wash days is because, especially if it's creamy, it will lead to build up. So it's better to use lighter products in between wash days, unless if your wash days are way too sparse, then you can alternate between a heavier product and a lighter product. Yeah. So how often do you moisturize your hair? Myself, I moisturize like every 3 days, even though my hair is low porosity, because I don't like waiting until my hair is completely dry before I re-moisturize. I like making sure that it's not completely dry. So what you can do is monitor your moisture cycle. If your hair takes, let's say, 4 days to dry completely, like dry hair will feel rough, and then moisturized hair is very soft like cotton. So if you feel your hair is getting a bit roughish and what have you, you know that it needs moisture. So if your hair takes, let's say, 4 days to dry, then you should moisturize on the 3rd day. If your hair maybe by the end of the day is dry, then it means you might have to moisturize daily. So you need to monitor your hair, because our hair is very different, to see what works for you. For protective styling, just see which style works for you. Some people say twists don't work for them. Let's say mini braids don't work for them. Some cannot even do their hair to save their life. They have to rely on salonists. If you need a salonist to style your hair, then identify a good salonist in your area who will be willing to follow the instructions you give them, or if not follow the instructions, then they have knowledge on how to handle natural hair. Some salonists will insist on using heat, in as much as heat is not bad when used well, on low setting and such, it's good. But most of them will just do it on high heat to save themselves time and what have you. So you really need to identify a good salonist who knows exactly what they are doing. If you don't have one in your area, then I don't know how I can advise you. I think I would just advise you to try and learn how to style yourself by your hair by yourself. It will save you a lot of hassle. So another thing is protecting your hair while going to bed, because I know most of us use cotton bed sheets and pillowcases. They feel good, but your hair doesn't enjoy them as much as you do, because cotton will suck moisture out of your hair. And also, depending on your style, as you turn and what have you, your hair might get tangled. So you can either invest in a good satin or silk bonnet. For those in Kenya, you can get them from Karotichi. She said she sells very nice bonnets, though I have not used hers, but I've seen very good reviews. Or you can go to just to Perida Center and get yourself something like this for those in Nairobi. This is like 300 bob. Yeah, or you can get a nice one from for other places like Amazon. So something that will not come out while you're sleeping. So I use this myself. Just tie it, and this will stay intact until morning. For those who don't like covering their hair, you can invest in satin or silk pillowcases. And for those who don't use pillows, like me before pregnancy, I never used to use a pillow, you can have a material, a satin material that you just spread on the area where you lie your head. Though for me, honestly, even if I use that, I would still feel the need to use a bonnet. Also, most of our couches are quite rough. So if you sit on your couch a lot as you enjoy, the TV or the movie, and you're just lying nicely, that couch is rubbing on your hair here, and this hair might like you might lose your hair, might break on the whatever that part of the head is called. So for me, if I'm watching a movie or when I'm seated on the couch, I always have my satin bonnet, and I think it's very conscious. I'm very conscious such that when I sit and I don't have the satin bonnet with myself, I'll find myself using my hand to support myself so that my hair doesn't touch the couch. And once I get tired of that, I'll just go get my bonnet. Yeah, when we say that having a hair care routine is like brushing your teeth, and once you get used to it, like it just becomes a part of you. Honestly, like you will never feel like washing your hair and skipping deep conditioning. You will never feel to moisturize your. It becomes a part of you, and it never feels like an hassle. All you need to do is stop complicating it and create just a routine that you feel will work for you. Like at the moment, for me, I don't spend more than 30 minutes in the bathroom, like when washing my hair. I wash, apply the deep conditioner and leave it in for like 5 minutes, rinse, apply leave-in, and I'm out to go styling. And it's working for me so well. But when I feel like going extra with Ayurveda, I'll do exactly that. So stop going for a routine that you feel is overwhelming you. Simplify it, but making sure you don't skip any of the main phases that I've mentioned, and with time it will just become a part of you. So men, this video is getting way too long, so I think I'll just end it here and hope it's helping someone. Okay, maybe before I end it, let me talk about Ayurveda. I get questions. Someone is like, I have henna, fenugreek, rosemary, amla, neem, shkakai, and I don't know how to use them. So how do I go about it? Man, that's a very hard question, because for me, like I've told you, I believe in testing one powder at a time. Even my camera is like, you've talked way too much. So anyway, what I'm saying is I like testing one powder at a time, but maybe I can make another video about Ayurveda separately. So stop going to the stores and buying so many things at the same time and then mixing them and applying them on your hair. In case your hair doesn't like them or doesn't react well to them, you will not know exactly what is not working. Be patient. Try one thing at a time and see how your hair is responding before you start mixing them. So yeah, I hope I've not left anything out. If you have any question, leave them in the comment section down below. If you're not a member of Relaxed and Natural by Girl Facebook group, I would advise you to go join it. We are starting a healthy care challenge from January 15th next year. And yeah, I think it's really nice because that challenge has really helped so many people. Like, people have been sharing their results this month and they are amazing. You don't want to be left out. I'll be sharing a bit about the challenge here on this channel too, but I would advise you to go join that group too. I'll leave the link. I don't know if it's possible to put it in here or in the description box so that you can go check it out. So sorry for making a very long video. I hope you find it useful, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.